Very excited to open these, but the new boxes do scare me, and I've heard and seen Hank's hand breaking, so fingers crossed. So first of all, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, all that stuff. Secondly, I don't have a Dungeons and Dragons t-shirt. I do want one from the animated series, but this has a D, so I'm trying to give me artistic liberties or whatever it is. And then thirdly, I have the Dungeons and Dragons box set because I do keep meaning to watch this. I did watch it all when I was a kid. It was actually released a bit before my time, but it got released on Saturdays, repeated reruns, there you go, on Saturday mornings, and I loved it. I loved all the characters. I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted it to happen to me, but it never did. But Hasbro have released kind of like a first wave of figures. Those Avenger and Dungeon Master, so that's like the deluxe figure, and then they released 3 kind of standard figures, I guess. So Hank, Diana, and Bobby, who comes with Uni. So let's get them open. And like I said, I am a bit worried just because I'm just not a fan of these boxes. Yes, it's better for the environment, I know that. I recycle all the time, but you're never sure if you're gonna get a decent figure inside. But I'll start with Avenger and Dungeon Master. So first of all, I'll start with the little Dungeon Master dude. And some people have said he's kind of like an add-on rather than an action figure. But I think the detailing is really good and it looks like the cartoon counterpart. I am very scared of these limbs. They're hard to move, especially the wrists. I can just feel it not moving. So I'm gonna heat that up and then tweak them a little bit later on. There's no foot articulation, but at least he'll be able to be easy to stand up. But yes, I'm not gonna pressure that because I don't want to break him. But he's really cute. I like him. I think, I don't know, it is what it is with this. I don't think it could have had any more articulation, really. Onto Avenger. You had to pop in this wing part, and I nearly cut my hand because it was hard getting it in there. Facially, I don't know. I think he could look a bit more menacing. And again, I'm just worried about these joints because there's not a double joint. I find with like a double jointed joint, it's just easier to pose and you're not really kind of scared of that snap. But when it's just a single one, like on some female Marvel Legends figures, it's got that tendency maybe to break. So I am a bit fearful. So he has a fist hand here and then an open hand like rah. And then he has 2 separate power effect hands. I'll probably put that on him, but again, I don't know. I'm going to try pulling on now. But if oh no, okay, that came off easily, that's all right. It just worries me because who wants a broken figure? And I pre-ordered these off Hasbro, and this one actually sold out fairly quickly, but they're in stores now. Just put that other hand on. Yes, I like that. I do wish this was fabric. I just think it would actually look better, and he does have double jointed knees, which is cool. The best thing about this, it comes with a backdrop, and this is beautiful, amazing artwork. That is just, oh, I just think that's really nice. And then it's got like a Dungeony Dragony, that'd be cool wallpaper, wouldn't it? I'd actually do that. But definitely gonna get that displayed. I'll get a shelf set up and have that displayed because that'll look really good. And it also comes with these 2 dice things. See, I'm only familiar with Dungeons and Dragons from the cartoon when I was a kid, and then I'm only familiar with the game because of Stranger Things, and I kind of have wanted to play it, but I don't really know anyone that does. So maybe that could be a goal for 2023. I will go on to Hank next. And I do like the artwork there. I might try and open this carefully. I mean, I do like the box, because I think if they had done action figures in the 80s when this came out, I think that's how they would look on this kind of backing. But obviously with a plastic thing and not cardboard. But yeah, the only figures we've had are these crappy like PVC things. I'll show you a picture there. And the faces were awful. But I think that apparently there was some like copyright dispute or something, which stopped us from getting action figures of the main characters, which is very annoying. See, I really like that face. I think it looks accurate. So again, I'm just worried about that wrist. And a gripe with this figure, he should have had double jointed elbows. I think all figures that are supposed to have a bow and arrow should have a double jointed elbow, because they're just going to look better when they're trying to hold. Oh, that elbow. Oh no, I don't want to force that. See, I don't want to force that elbow, because I just don't want any. No, I don't want any breakages. I'll just use a kettle later. So he comes with a small dice again. I don't know what I'll use them for. I probably won't. And then 2 forms of a bow and arrow. So when it's like golden and powerful. And when I was a kid, I think I used to think that Hank's kind of power weapon was kind of the best. And then a simple one. I'll probably just have it with the simple one, really, because that's just that reminds me of the cartoon, because it'd always just be running with it. But I'll put the other one in the hand. But people have said, I've seen not many reviews, but yeah, see what I mean? That looks cool, but it would look better if his arm was up like that rather than. So yeah, that is a shame that he doesn't have a double jointed elbow, but he does look cool. On to Diana next. So Diana, and that's a name I like. If there's someone watching who I think should be watching, I hope they get a smile from that. And then on to the artwork. That's a nice picture. I do really like the art for these. So fingers crossed she is actually the figure we want. I always just get worried that I'll probably get, I don't know, someone will have switched them around or something like that. Is that everything? So she has the power of being the acrobat, but she doesn't have double jointed elbows. I can't fathom that. And oh, that's even smaller joint, I'm scared. No, I've done one elbow. So facially, I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's a good facial representation of her. She does look cool in her outfit. I always really remember liking her in the cartoon. And then she comes with a dice again. I don't know what to do with those. And then 2 versions of her staff. I remember she could like jump, like make her pole vault higher and stuff like that. And then 1, which I can only use the term for whoosh in action. So it looks like she's spinning it round fast. I don't know. I'm not a mega fan of that. I just, she'll probably just stay on the shelf with that. Kind of looks like a Simpsons radioactive rod from the nuclear power plant. But she does have double jointed knees, which is really good, but she definitely should have had double jointed elbows, because she is an acrobat after all. So I'll finish with Bobby, who's my favourite. Well, one of my favourites. Last but no means least, we have Bobby, who comes with Uni. I love that artwork there. That's a really nice picture. And then on the side also. So I think with this figure, regardless if you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan or if you collect these figures, I think this figure will sell a lot. because of customizers. Because it's not really a well-known sort of scale figure, is it? And I think people might use it for kid characters. I'm just trying to think of some in Marvel and stuff like that, or maybe use them as like a civilian for a comic book scene or something like that. So I do think he will be purchased a lot anyway. And then I'll just show you there. Facially, I actually think he's probably got the best face out of the three. He comes with his... So he's got double jointed knees, which I think is quite impressive. Although, again, a bit stiff, and I don't want to break it. Oh, and pivot heels as well, that's good. So that's a good level articulation. Unlike that Howard the Duck we had, which annoyed me. But again, I just don't want to break that elbow. It's that elbow joint. Definitely going to have to heat these up and have a play, because I just don't want to break it. But there's his club. And he got to do loads. I remember in the series, he just got to smash everything. And he had one of the coolest powers. Also comes with a dice thing, again, meh. But, oh, this is so cute. It comes with a uni, the little unicorn, who I always used to feel sad for, because if they did make it home, is that spoiler? If they made it home from the ride, because they go on the ride and then when they go through they appear in the magic realm or whatever it's called, I can't remember, I need to watch again. But apparently if they did go back, if Uni stepped foot in the real world, she'd die. I'm like, oh, bless. So all Uni has is head articulation. And this got me thinking about, because Hasbro make My Little Pony as well, so here's Hitch figure. And yeah, okay, I was thinking this. I thought this would be a good comparison, but it is actually quite a lot bigger. But the Hitch figure has posable legs. And it just kind of makes me think, they could have put posable legs on this, couldn't they? And I think that would have looked a lot better, personally. But it is still I still think it's a great figure, and I do love it. So I think that's a great first wave of figures. I'll just put Hitch down there. I'm just worried about some of the joints, but I will be heating those up. So nothing's broken so far. So I think I'll just heat some of them just to make sure I don't break any of them. So really going forward, we definitely need Presto, Eric and Sheila to complete the main characters of the show. I would like some like lizard warriors, just as like enemies, you know, for pictures and stuff like that. And maybe like some ogres or trolls. Something like that would be cool. There's a massive dragon. I've forgotten the name, unfortunately, if someone wants to enlighten me. But I think that'd probably be too big to do that. Even like a Build-A-Figure thing, I think that would be massive. But I really just do hope we get the last three main characters, because that would be really annoying. Because that has happened before in action figure lines. I was collecting the Funko Saturday morning ones, and we didn't get the Mousekewitz guy from Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, and he was the only one we needed, and that probably won't happen now, and that just annoys me. And for years in Jurassic Park, you couldn't get Lexi as a figure. You can now, but she's like one of the only main characters from that film you couldn't get, and that just miffs me off. So yes, I hope you've all had a good new year. I hope you've set realistic New Year's resolutions, because I think you can overwhelm yourself when you do too much. Sorry, I'm sounding like Jerry Springer or something at the end. But I've set a few for myself, but nothing too crazy. So yes, sorry, I'm going off on one. But I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.